Hi, my name is Pallavi Prasad and today I want to talk to you about black fungus, a rare infection being detected with relative frequency in recovered COVID-19 patients. I know it's not the most calming word or piece of news, but let's learn about it with facts put forward by doctors, scientists, and top medical bodies of India, the US, and the UK. There were cases of black fungus in the first wave as well, but with the second wave more intense, we are hearing more about it. Gujarat, Maharashtra, Bangalore, Delhi, Hyderabad, Pune all have reported an increase in cases of black fungus. The technical name for black fungus is mucormycosis. It is a serious and dangerous fungal infection. It is caused by molds that live everywhere in our environment. It most commonly affects the sinuses or the lungs after someone inhales these fungal spores from the air. It can also affect the eyes and sometimes the brain. The infection can also occur on the skin after a cut, burn, or other types of skin injuries. It is not contagious, which means it cannot spread between people. If untreated, it can be quite painful, involve invasive surgery, and even be fatal. But medical science has known a cure for this disease since 1953. We have the expertise, the injection, the antifungal concoction to treat it. So what you need to know is A, whether you're more at risk of contracting it, B, extra precautions you can take, and C, how to spot it in early stages of the infection so it can be treated. Let's start with who is more at risk of contracting black fungus. Usually these fungal spores do not pose a major threat to those with a healthy immune system. Black fungus mainly affects people who have health problems or take medicines that lower the body's ability to fight germs. Both these factors make certain groups of recovering or just recovered COVID-19 patients more vulnerable to the infection. Which means if you have uncontrolled diabetes or cancer, or take steroids which suppress your immune system, like people living with lupus, psoriasis, rheumatoid arthritis, or multiple sclerosis do. Or if you've had a prolonged ICU stay where you were treated with immunosuppressant steroids. Or if you've recently had an organ transplant, you are more vulnerable to contracting black fungus. This increased risk was there for these groups even before the pandemic, but doctors say that severe COVID-19 most likely increased that risk further because the steroids used to treat it reduce immunity and push up blood sugar levels in both diabetic and non-diabetic COVID-19 patients. Next, let's talk about the precautions all of us can take to reduce the likelihood of contracting the infection, but especially those with weakened immune systems. Avoid areas with a lot of dust, like construction sites. If you can't, then wear an N95 mask. Avoid areas that involve close contact to soil, such as gardening. If this is not possible, then cover yourself. Wear shoes, long pants, long sleeve shirts, gloves. Clean any skin injuries with soap and water, especially if they've been exposed to soil or dust, and maintain good overall hygiene. If you're diabetic, regularly measure your blood glucose levels, especially when you're recovering from COVID-19, and do all that you can to keep it under control. In case you're using a humidifier or oxygen concentrator at home, make sure to use clean, sterile water and make sure it doesn't leak. And this is a good rule for always, but especially in this case, use antibiotics, antifungals, and steroids judiciously. Finally, let's talk about warning signs and symptoms. Please remember, time is of the absolute essence with mucormycosis. If you go to a doctor too late, you may need life-altering surgery. So, if you fall in the vulnerable groups I mentioned, please keep a very careful eye out for vomiting blood, or if your mental status feels altered, a stuffy nose or a bleeding nose, swelling, redness, pain in or around the eyes or nose, drooping of eyelids, a blurred or double vision, black patches of skin around the nose, toothache or loose teeth. For black fungus in the lungs, the symptoms may include fever, cough, chest pain, and shortness of breath. If at any point in your COVID-19 recovery you feel one or more of these warning signs present themselves, immediately reach out to your doctor, who will conduct a series of tests to confirm or deny the infection. I repeat, we have treatments for mild and severe black fungus. These range from prescription antifungal ointments to intravenous treatments and injection to surgery, which though severe can be life-saving. Recovery from the infections depends on the patient's overall health and what body part is affected, but also how early you intervene. I know this is a new complication that none of us need at a time when we're barely dealing with the pandemic, but these are the facts. Panicking is natural but counterintuitive, which is why I hope this video helps those who have recently recovered or are recovering from COVID-19. It's just the facts. You can keep coming back to it. You can also help by sharing this with your friends and family. And for those of us who can, let's get vaccinated as soon as possible. That, more than anything, will drastically reduce your chances of getting severe COVID-19 and black fungus. I'll stop here for today. Please take care of yourselves. If you've been listening, thank you so much for your time.